the Dark podcast.
What's up, everyone? This is Blanca, and you're listening to the Glow in the Dark podcast.
This is Good Little Giants.
You're listening to the Glow in the Dark podcast.
Yo, what up? It's Bizzle, and you're listening to the Glow in the Dark podcast.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Tadashi, and you are listening to the Glow in the Dark podcast.
Welcome to the Glow in the Dark podcast. We are back with another episode, and today we are going to talk about God's perfect timing. But first, let's hear a word from our partners.
First time at creation, and we are super excited for what God has planned for us.
When I come to creation, it's a great way to regain your faith and just to renew how much you love Jesus and how much He works in your life.
We've been coming here from Michigan for about 20 years, and we've had hundreds of kids' lives affected for Christ here at creation. We've had kids accept Christ here. We've had many people recommit their lives here. And we always go back different. We always go back challenged. We always go back changed. And we always go back more united as a group, and especially as a group for Christ.
It's just good to have a spiritual recharge. Like, you just leave a new person, and you leave as the person that it keeps you going all year.
So we are back, and as you can tell from that video there, Creation Fest is right around the corner. It's going to be June 29th through July 2nd. And I am extremely excited. The Glow in the Dark podcast will be there again this year, alongside with the Aliquippa Christian Assembly Ambassadors for Christ Youth Group, and I am ecstatic. It is June 29th through July 2nd. They have a plethora of bands and artists there this year, ranging from Switchfoot to Newsboys to Andy Mineo, KB to Dashi, for King and Country, Crowder, and many, many more. And I cannot wait for that, because it's the highlight of the summer, maybe your life. So, as I said in the intro, we are going to talk about God's perfect timing today. So, as of late, I've been seeing this topic brought up more and more in my life, and I think that's a sign that I should talk about it. I've seen it at my workplace. I've seen it with friend relationships. I've seen it a lot recently about God's perfect timing. I've seen it at my own house. I've seen it in my family. I've seen it a lot recently. So, God's perfect timing. So, you know, there's us humans that want everything now. We want it now. We want it today. We want it this instant. Well, that's not always the case with God. God knows the desires of our hearts. He formed us. He created us. He knows us. He knows the numbers of hairs on our head. God has a plan for all of us. And it's crazy to think about that there's a plan for you, there's a plan for me, there's a plan for all of us. And God has laid it out. The only thing is, we have to stay on that path and on that plan. In Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So that right there is God showing us that He has a plan for us. And it's not a bad plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan for us to be prosperous. It's a plan for us to have a great future. It's a plan for us not to be harmed. So in all of these things, there's pretty much, it comes down to one word. And that word has various other words that it could also be associated with, synonyms if you will. And that word is trust. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and lean not unto your own understandings. In all of the ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path." So as long as you're trusting in God, that He has the plan for you, and that He has everything laid out, there's no reason to worry. There's no reason. And you can't lean on yourself. You have to lean on God. Like I said, Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and lean not unto your own understanding. In all of your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path." So that right there, as long as you're trusting in the Lord and following His path, He's going to keep you on that path, which is a plan for us to prosper, and for us to have a future, and for us not to be harmed. To take it another step further, Galatians 6:9 says, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we not faint." So that right there is just adding to the fire. Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. That's showing that, I will run and not grow weary, I will walk and will not faint. That, in a way, is your path. You're going to stay on your path, you're going to walk the path, you're going to run the path, and you're not going to get tired, you're not going to grow weary, and you're not going to faint. Because God has the plan for you. He has your plan, like Jeremiah 29:11. "For I have the plans for you, says the Lord." Plans for a hope, plans for a future. It's all right there. We just have to keep on the path. And yes, we want it now. We want it now. We want it now. But in time, God is going to give you your desires of your heart, as long as they're meeting to His will and to His riches and glory. Sometimes it's hard to wait. Like I've said, we're humans. It's rough. We want it now. But that's not the case with God. It's His perfect timing. And when that time finally hits, that's the most special moment you could ever ask for. Psalms 27:14 says, "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen thine heart." Wait, I say, on the Lord. There it is again. Wait on the Lord and be of good courage. Keep on the path, and your things will come to you. It's interesting that all of this patience and all of this waiting is us trusting on God. It might seem dim, and it might seem like it's not going to happen, and discouragement might enter your life, and depression might enter your life, and all of these things might come to you because you don't see it. It's not there. You're everything that you want, everything that you're hoping for isn't coming to you. But it's on its way. It's coming. Stay on the path and keep of good cheer, because God is going to bring you that. God has the plans for you. I keep stressing that out because it's so important. He already has the plans laid out for you. You just have to follow the path. It's, at least in my life, I have high hopes and high aspirations and things that I want to conquer. And they seem so crazy to me that I have these high hopes, and it's crazy. Sometimes I think to myself, am I stretching too high here? With the whole Glow in the Dark podcast thing. If you listen to the first episode or read it on the website, it pretty much says, that I had a little revelation where God told me to bring multitudes of people to Him. And I thought to myself, that seems so out there. That seems like it's so hard. I'm a small town kid, and I don't really know if I can do something that big, bringing multitudes to him. But in Luke 18:27, it says, "The things which are impossible with men are possible with God." So you might see a mountain in front of you, and there's no way you can move that mountain. There's no way you can get over that mountain because it's so high, it's so big. But with God, all things are possible. Let me read that to you one more time. The things which are impossible with men are possible with God. So you might have the most outlandish hope and outlandish goal that you've set, and your friends are, making fun of you and saying, "Oh, you won't be able to do that. That's impossible." Well, guess what? We serve a much higher King and a much higher Lord, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, Jesus Christ. And nothing with him is impossible. "For I know the plans I have for you," says the Lord. Keep on the path, and things are going to come for you. Yes, it looks so dire and it looks so impossible right now. But nothing is impossible with God. Your plans are set. Your paths are in front of you. Walk on the path and keep of good faith, and things are going to turn around. There's a lot of things in life that people deal with. And everyone goes through something. There might be a girl you like that, that you never will think will give you a chance. Or you have a job that you really want, and you think you'll never get it because, there's 100 other people applying for that job. You got it. It's already written. Walk the walk of faith. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and lean not onto your own understandings. God is with us all of the time. His plan is set. His paths are right in front of you. Stay on the path. Alright, so that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Remember, Creation Fest is right around the corner. It is June 29th through July 2nd. Go to the website www.creationfest.com for all of the information. There's tickets available, campsites available. Sign up today, and we'll meet you there, honestly. It's the highlight of your summer, maybe your life. We have the website, www.glowinthedarkpodcast.com, for all of the news and sites and latest episodes, previous episodes. We have bios up there. We have pictures we've taken. We've have a lot of cool stuff on the website. When you go to the website, at the bottom of the homepage, you'll see a little comment section. Go ahead and comment. If you have a question or comment or advice that you want to give to us at the show, go ahead and write that there, and we'll see it. We get email notifications when you guys send us comments. Go ahead and tell us something. Talk to us. We love to talk to you guys. If you have a problem that you need help with, we'll gladly be there for you. We have the Twitter, @GITD Podcast on Twitter. We have a Facebook. It's Glow in the Dark on Facebook. And you'll see our three big faces on the top, so that's how you know it's us. Go ahead and leave us a comment there. If you have something to say, write it on our wall. We'll be glad to help you with it. We have myself, Rob Galino, and Dan Dunphy running the Facebook, so we'll all be able to talk to you guys and, be able to communicate with you if you got a problem or a comment or an idea for the show. We'd love to hear it. We also have the store on the website. Go ahead and go to the website. On the very far side, it will say store. That will take you to a Spreadshirt store where we have awesome merchandise that pretty much reflects the show. We have a whole bunch of phone cases. We have hats. We have winter hats. I know it's summertime, so we got snapbacks on there. We got cool T-shirts. So if you have anything that you want to see on a T-shirt, maybe dealing with the show or something I've said or have mentioned before, go ahead and leave a comment on the website or on our Facebook. Tweet me at GITD Podcast. So I'd love to hear it, guys. It's definitely welcomed. I would love to see you guys, talk it up with us, get to know you guys, and all that fun stuff. So my name is Ted. Again, this is the Glow in the Dark Podcast. Keep your light shining. Glow in the dark.